Welcome to Tales of Arise. It's Abyss, and in this video, I'm going to talk about some tips and tricks. Now in the description below, I'll have some timestamps just in case you want to jump to any part of this video. Alright, so let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is the fastest way to farm money. Now if you're just starting out, just keep doing those sub quests and that'll help you out early in the game. Now when you start getting to later in the game, mid and towards the end, you're going to want to start farming materials. I have a couple different routes that I can show you that's going to help you out. But first, let me show you the couple materials that you're going to want to sell. First one up is the gold chunk, and this one sells for 3K. Next one is the platinum chunk, and this one sells for 5K. And then next is the platinum dog tag, and this one sells for 2,500. Now as a bonus, when we're starting to farm for these dog tags, you can also get the grape gel, which sells for 2,000. But I recommend saving these because they also heal you 2,800 points. Alright, so first I want to show you the mining spot for the gold chunk. You want to go to the marshlands right here, and I'm pointing at the 8 different locations that you can mine. Now 3 out of the 8 I was able to get the gold chunks, so keep in mind that is not going to be 100% all the time. It could be a couple or it could be more, but this is a pretty reasonable spot if you want to get some gold chunks. You can't leave the area, come back, and they'll respawn. It takes about an hour before those mining spots will respawn again. So I have another solution where we can farm a certain enemy, and then we'll be able to get the platinum dog tags and the grape gel. So let me show you that location. Alright, so next I'm going to show you the location where you can farm the platinum dog tags and the grape gel. You want to defeat the 2 enemies that I'm showing you right now, the swordsman and the marksman. The items to drop is the grape gel and the platinum dog tags. So you want to go to the passageway right here, and this is the location on the map that you're going to want to go. It is right by the mining spot over to the left where you can get some gold chunks there too. So I'm going to show you that a little bit later. But these are the 2 enemies. You just go up to them, defeat them, and they have an opportunity to drop the dog tags and the grape gel. Now what helps is if you get an accessory that has the rare drop rate up, that'll help you get these dog tags and grape gels a little bit easier. But there they are right there. Now, unfortunately, normally with trying to get the enemies to respawn, you just make a save after you defeat them, reload the save, and then they'll respawn again. But with these enemies here, you actually have to leave the area and then come back for them to respawn. I don't know why it's different, but all the other enemies, work that way, but this particular ones do not. So there is a spot where you can leave real quick, come back, and then rinse and repeat. So I'm going to show you real quick the mining spot where you can get that gold chunk, and then we'll move on to the next part. Next, let's talk about the fastest way to level up. There are 4 different ways we can do this. 3 are from recipes that will give you an XP boost, and then 1 is from an artifact that will give you a permanent XP boost. So let's start with the recipes first. Okay, so go to the marshlands. You want to look for the map action towards the south. This is right by a fishing spot. All you need to do is go and heal the character that's there, and then they're going to give you a recipe. This recipe is the XP boost small. Okay, so our next one is the XP Boost Medium, and you're going to get a fish steak recipe. Now for this one, you're going to have to complete a side quest, so I'm going to show you the location to that quest. This one is very simple. You just have to go to this waterfall area and defeat 5 enemies. The enemies spawn in 2 different spots, so I'll show you both locations. Quickly defeat them, turn in the quest, and then you're going to get the recipe for the medium of the XP Boost.
Lost!
Now or never.
Right here! I gotta bring you down! Let's dispose of the trash.
You picked the wrong fight! Hey, she's pretty cute.
Who are you looking at? Yeah.
Okay, so our final recipe is the XP Boost Large. It's another side quest that you're going to have to complete. This one on paper is kind of simple. All you have to do is locate the fishing spot, But before you get there, there's going to be 2 mini bosses that you're going to have to defeat. After you defeat the first one, another one's going to appear right away, so just keep that in mind. After the fight, right behind them is going to be the fishing location that you need to discover. Right after the cutscene, just head back to the guide, turn in the quest, and then you're going to get the recipe for the XP boost large. So that's all 3 recipes. Next is going to be the artifact that will give you the permanent XP boost, which is something you're definitely going to want to have. So I'll be back in a little bit to show you that.
What's that huge Zeugle over there?
Stay far away from that thing, Rinwell.
So this?
He's the one who polluted the pond! Consider this ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
A fish! You saw it!
Good grief.
Alright, so the last one is an artifact, which is going to give you a super XP boost from the golden suit of armor. You're going to have to make sure that this is turned on so that it will be a permanent effect. Mine was when I first got it, so I wouldn't worry too much about that, but just double check. You're going to get this one from a side quest called the Spirit Temple. This quest will require you to go through a temple, and at the end there's going to be 3 fights. First one's going to be against a group of enemies. Next one is going to be an actual boss fight, which is going to be the tougher one of the 3. And then the final one is going to be facing off against the boss, but that was a joke. It wasn't really too much work to do that one. Just the middle fight was the toughest one out of all 3. After that, just go back and turn in the sub quest to get the artifact. Now that we have 4 different ways to level up fast, I recommend that you go to the other world and start farming enemies there. This place you will unlock after you complete the Spirit Temple through another side quest. There are 6 levels to the other world. First level, the enemies are going to be level 60, and then the last level, the enemies are going to be, I think, is around 90 to 95. So as you're going through the levels, you'll be able to farm enemies and gain experience that way with all these different boosts. So go to the other world and progress your way through there as you're trying to level up fast. Next, we're going to move on to accessories. Alright, so you want to go to a camp spot. This is probably one of the easiest places to find a merchant. There's 3 different things you can do with an accessory. You can craft, enhance, and transfer skills. So you want to pick an accessory that you're going to want to keep. I went with the warrior one because the main skill has the 15% attack boost. And then you have 3 different new skills, but they might not be skills that you actually like. So then you're just going to go and create some other accessories that have skills that you would prefer to have, like the down damage 10%, and the other one I just did was the rare drop rate up, right? That's going to help you out when you want to get the grape gel or the platinum dog tags. Next, you need to enhance the accessory that has the new skills that you want to transfer over. So just add materials like level 1, level 2s, and 3s until that accessory is at max level. Then you're going to go to transfer skills, which you're going to pick the main accessory that you're going to want to keep, and then you're going to go over and take the accessories that you maxed out, and you're going to transfer those skills over to your new accessory. This way you can make the ultimate accessory for each one of your characters. So if you want something with a bunch of attack boost on there, or if you want something that has a bunch of resistance, this is a great way to create like your own ultimate accessory for each one of your characters. So next we're going to move on to combat. So let's start with the target button, which is the L1 or left bumper, depending on what system you're playing. You'll notice it will quickly pause the game, and then at the top left corner, you'll see the enemy's health, and you also see an icon. The icon means that they are resistant to that effect. So if you see an earth symbol, that means they are weak to wind, or if you see a fire symbol, that means they are weak to water. So you can quickly make those adjustments when you're in a battle. Besides that, while you're holding the target button, you can switch to whatever enemy you want. More importantly, you can also switch to an enemy's weak spot. So if you want to target that particular spot on an enemy, you can switch that once you press the target button and then move your controller around. And you can also switch out the character you want to use press the target button, and then in whatever direction on the D-pad that you want to switch your character that you want to control. This way you don't have to go into the menu. You can quickly do that through the target button. So extremely useful button to use when you're in combat. Next, I'm going to show you how to switch out your reserve characters. So you're going to press the L2 button and it'll bring up your reserve, either the left or up. So while you're holding the L2, you're going to hold the directional pad into the direction of the character you want to switch out, either left or up. So hold that in. It will highlight the character, and then when you release the L2, just hold the directional pad into the direction of the character you want to switch out. So let's say, for example, if a character goes down in your party, you can go and switch one of your reserve character out for that character. Or maybe the character is better suited for this fight. So this is how you switch your characters out while you're in mid-combat. Next, we're going to talk about boost attacks and boost strikes. I like to save my boost attack and wait for my teammates to build theirs up. 90% of the time after you use your boost attack, it's going to down that enemy. So that's another reason why on my accessory, I like to have that down damage at 10%. So when you down that enemy, you want to quickly call in your other teammate's boost attack so that you can continue the counter. If the enemy has low health, that's going to build up the boost strike faster, but another way is by having a higher combo counter. So use your boost attack and then call in your ally's boost attack to keep that combo going. Also, you'll notice that your AG, if it's running low, when you call in one of your allies' boost attack, it's going to refill a part of that AG. So that will also keep the counter going when you have your AG refilled. So here's an example of me using my boost attack, calling my allies, and then quickly building up that boost strike, which will either defeat that enemy or most of the time clear the board depending on how close the enemies are.
Blow them away!
And the last thing I want to talk about is the field guide with the enemy info. This is extremely important if you want to look and see what the enemy is weak to and what they're resistant to, even though we can do that with the target button, but this will also show you where the enemy is at and what items they drop. So extremely useful if you're trying to find a certain material in order to craft a weapon. Alright, there you have it. Those are the tips and tricks for Tales of Arise. If you have anything else you would like to add, then please leave them in the comments down below. This will help you out if you're a new player and you're working your way towards the end. Once you complete the game will open up and there is a ton more that you can do. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel, and I will see you next time.
Say no more!